No.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be filming a little toy talk. I filmed this video multiple times now, and when I go to edit it, I don't like the way it turns out. So we're gonna try one more time and hopefully we can figure this out. I put a question box on my story, so I'm gonna answer some of those, and then I might just add in a few little bits. And maybe I can do this like once a month where I just put in toy questions and you guys can ask me about certain brands, my thoughts on certain toys. So let's go. One of the most common questions I get asked is about our Play Silks, what to do with them, ways to use them, where do we get ours. So first and foremost, we've gotten all of ours from Sarah's Silks. They have sales pretty often and I really, really love them. I can't say how they are compared to other brands because this is the only kind I've ever gotten. But I'm a big fan. They're beautiful colors. We're actually hoping to invest in some giant Play Silks for their Easter baskets, but these are just the standard size. We started introducing Play Silks to Winnie when she was just a few months old. She loved holding them, playing them, twisting the fabric. She loved it when we would just like wave it above her, washing the different colors. As they get older, you can play games of peekaboo. You can tie it around them like a cape or a skirt. You can tie it around their head, making them look like a ninja. There are so many different things you can do with them. In a dress-up variety, Sarah Silks also makes like fairy skirts, butterfly wings. They make wands with silks on the end. But with just a basic Play Silk, you can do so much. Now, if you're moving past that, you can use these for color sorting. We have all the primary colors, so sometimes I will lay these throughout the house and we'll get a bunch of his toys. For example, we'll get some of his peg dolls, his coins, his rings, and he will have to sort the colors onto the Play Silks. That's really fun. So if you have an older child who's into imaginative play, you can lay this down and have it be a piece of grass. You can get the blue one and have it be a piece of water. Play Silks, you can literally do so much, and I encourage you to follow some of the accounts that specialize in Play Silks. You can look on Pinterest. There are some fun ideas. Again, we get ours from Sarah Silks. I am a huge fan. And last but not least, we also use these to wrap pretty much all of the kids' Christmas or birthday presents. Since we order mostly from small shops, a lot of times they come wrapped really nicely and we just keep it like that. But if it doesn't, instead of wasting more paper, we will just wrap them in the silks, and they are so pretty. Any tips or suggestions for a 10-month-old that isn't really interested in playing with toys? So I've had that struggle. Both of my kids have been extremely different. Winnie is obsessed with toys and she will sit in front of our toy shelf and play all day. Whereas Wolf really isn't interested in toys still at 2.5 years old. If there are certain things that your 10-month-old likes to do, if they really enjoy pulling tissues out of a tissue box, if they enjoy emptying shelves, pulling all their books down, I would focus on activities that kind of mimic that and start slow. I would also look up good activities or toys for that specific age, just so that you can get an idea. And another example would be that Wolf is always pretty behind on toys. So he's 2.5, but a lot of times I'll look at toys for like an 18-month-old, just because that's what works best for his interest at the moment, and it still challenges him. Winnie, on the other hand, likes toys that are a few months ahead of her. So don't just stick to, oh, it says 10 months, this is what I need to get my 10-month-old, because every kid is different and every kid learns and is interested in different things. So if your 10-month-old has certain activities they really like to do, I would recommend kind of figuring out a way to incorporate that into their play. So someone asked, ideas for good toys activity center for babies 8 months learning to stand / pull up. So I would probably skip just like your basic activity center and maybe look into getting a Montessori pull-up bar. I know Heirloom Kids has one, but I'm sure you could find more if you just start searching. I think that would be really fun. Getting things like a wooden push wagon or a little shopping cart, as long as it's heavy enough to hold their weight when they pull up on it. As far as an 8-month-old, so when Winnie was 8 months old, that was in December. Winnie really loves wooden balls and wooden cars, and she always has since she started crawling at like 5-6 months. So I was just looking to getting balls and cars that you're comfortable with your baby playing with. We're getting her one of the Grimm's cars for her first birthday. I'm so excited for that. But just getting a nice set of wooden balls that they can roll back and forth, that's one of her favorite things to do, and that's always been one of her favorite things to do. And she also has always had an interest in little peg dolls. Now that she's 10 months old, she loves playing with her rings and her coins. Here's a coin. I should make an entire like little thing for toys that she's liked under one. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. The next person asked, is the Grimm's rainbow worth the money, and at what age did Wolf actually start playing with it? So, give me 1 sec. I'm going to grab something. So, before Wolf turned 18 months, we got him the medium rainbow. This is about half the price, maybe more than the large stacking rainbow. And if you have a kid under 2, I highly recommend this one. Some people might say it's pointless. Winnie loves this. The large rainbow is just really way too big for her to really comfortably play with. So I've really enjoyed this if you have a younger child. We got Wolf his rainbow on his 2nd birthday. So that's about the age he started playing with it. But again, depending on your child, I'm saying this from my experience. It's one of those toys that when they're younger, you need to set up for them. Some kids might just come and start stacking the rainbow, doing different designs. But most kids, it's about you interacting with them, you showing them different ways to use the rainbow, and then they will take off and start using their imagination. So I started setting up ball runs for Wolf when he turned 2. Obsessed with them. It's still his favorite type of play. But now it's really fun because he will start arranging the pieces in makeshift ball runs. He doesn't understand to actually like put them together to make the balls actually go, but he will just arrange them in a really beautiful design. And I love the Grimm's rainbow because as they get older, it grows with them. So right now they can just use it for color sorting, stacking. As they get older, they can make really cool designs. You can do challenging different ways to stack it. You can use it with the semicircles, which I have set up on our shelf right now, to make little houses, imaginary play. I think that anybody who is into open-ended wooden toys, Montessori, Waldorf stuff, the large rainbow is kind of everyone's #1 toy, but I think that unless you invest in other toys to go with it, it is kind of harder for your kid to show interest in it, if I'm being honest. So if you're getting the large rainbow, I highly recommend you get semicircles and peg dolls or wooden balls to go with it. Just my opinion. I'm sure there's gonna be people out there that disagree with me. Okay, somebody asked what my list of toys is for this year. I actually was working on this last night. I use the Canva app and I make an entire collage of all of the toys I want so that I can kind of prioritize what I think is most important, what I maybe am still on the fence about. Let me go to my Canva app and just talk about what I'm going to be getting this year. So here's the tea, folks. The other night I was having kind of a mental breakdown, which isn't necessarily unusual for me, but I ordered a Nugget comfort couch. Now, if you know what a Nugget comfort couch is, you know that they are extremely like sought after right now. So I ordered it 2 weeks ago and I'm probably not gonna get it till May. So I was really hoping it would be here for Winnie's birthday or for Easter, but I don't think it's gonna make it here in time, unfortunately. But that is a big thing that we're investing in this year. For Winnie's birthday, I think I'm gonna get her the Ollie Ella Strolley. I was actually talking to someone about this in a Wooden Toys Facebook group I'm in, because my friend had a shopping cart that Wolf was playing with and he loved it, but I just didn't really like the way it looked. It was, I think it was a pink plastic shopping cart, and then I was like, maybe I'll get the Melissa and Doug metal one, but I still didn't love that. So somebody said to get the Ollie Ella Strolley because they can use it as a stroller or it can fold down and be a shopping cart, and it's really beautiful, and I love the company. So we're for sure getting that. Like I said, we are getting Winnie some Grimm's cars for her birthday because she loves cars and peg people, and they fit perfectly in there. I am getting some more Grapot things because I really, really love the Nins coins and rings we have, so I think we're gonna get the sticks and maybe a few other things. They are releasing some new items in the spring, so I haven't decided if I love any of them yet. I'm gonna kind of wait and think on it. I really want to get the Grimm's bridges and roads, I think, something like that. I think those are gonna be really fun for building. If you watch my stories, you know that Wolf is for some reason obsessed with birthday rings. So I'm gonna get him a birthday ring and a few different pieces. I actually have been planning on getting him a birthday ring since October because I really want to set up a nature table for us. I'll insert some pictures here of some examples. But I just haven't gotten around to it. But I want to start setting up and getting little ornaments to fit in depending on the season, and then obviously we'll use them for their birthdays. So we're going to invest in some of those. I think I'm going to get Winnie a doll for her first birthday. I don't know if she's going to be quite old enough to understand. I have a weighted baby doll that I've been practicing different carries in for baby wearing, and Wolf is really obsessed with it, so I might be getting him a doll too. I've been trying to decide if I want to get him a Dinkum doll or a different one, so I haven't quite decided. I'm sure I'll let you know on here or on my stories which one I decide to get. Another thing I want to start is, wow, I'm really out of breath. Danny and Luca is a really great small shop, and they have subscription boxes. Now, I've done a Holz Tiger subscription box. I actually just canceled it because the kids aren't super interested in wooden animals right now other than wooden dinosaurs. So Danny and Luca does different subscription boxes where they have a Waldorf one, they have just a wooden toys one, and they're bi-monthly. I kind of want to start doing that just because I think that'd be a really great and affordable way to start stocking up for little gifts for their Easter basket, their birthdays, their Switch Witch baskets, Christmas, so that I just have a little collection going. And also, birthdays for friends and family always sneak up on me, and I always end up having to like run to Target to get them a gift. So I would really love to just have like a stockpile of great open-ended wooden toys that are good for a lot of ages that I can kind of give for gifts. I know some people might think that's weird, but I don't know, I'm kind of excited. I love that idea, so I think that we're going to start that. I just haven't yet. And then another thing we're focusing on right now is building the kids' art collection. Wolf has just started getting into art, and if you know me, you know that is all I care about in my life is art. So we're starting to collect paints, crayons, different materials. We're going to start getting some clays. I make Play-Doh a lot. So we're just going to be investing in some art supplies, some things to organize our art supplies. They already have an art hutch, which I've showed in a video before. And what was the last thing I was just thinking? Puzzles. My son loves puzzles. So in January, we kind of started homeschooling Wolf, and by that I mean we're just kind of getting into more of a structured routine for him, and we're introducing more practical life stuff. So now he has chores that he's in charge of taking care of. Obviously, we still help him, but in the fall, we're going to officially start him in me homeschooling him. So throughout the year, just as we have extra money, I'm going to be investing in some homeschool supplies. And I just want to clarify that you do not obviously need all these fancy things to homeschool. I didn't have them growing up, and I love being homeschooled, but I got him a alphabet puzzle. I'm going to get him some wooden numbers. Just start collecting some things to add on to our homeschool stuff. But of course, every time we get a new toy, I'll be doing an unboxing on here, or for their birthdays or Easter, I'll kind of be showing what we're getting them. Thoughts on the very expensive wooden and felt trees for Small World play? Yeah, they are really expensive, especially if you're talking about like the Papoose, I believe is the brand, toys. Absolutely beautiful. You know, you could honestly make a lot of this stuff yourself, especially felted stuff. I would just look up tutorials on YouTube. My friend Becca has started felting a lot of stuff. I think they're really awesome. My entire goal with my kids is to get them toys I would have wanted as a child. And I know that might seem weird, but I have very vivid memories of my child. I had a very wonderful childhood, but I just try to get things I think, wow, this would have been so special to me growing up. So I would have loved to have those trees. If your kid isn't into imaginative play yet, I wouldn't necessarily invest in them. We only have the trees from the wooden wagon. And I got these because they're basically puzzles, and my son lives and breathes puzzles. So these were a fun investment for us. I haven't, however, invested in things for Small World play too much because he's not really interested in them. Do your kids like the wooden story stacking shape sorter? I was actually just talking to my friend Becca about this. If you don't know what the wooden story shape stacker is, it's this. It comes with a bunch of different pieces that you can put on and off, all kinds of different shapes. My sister got this for Wolf for Christmas 2018. So it's been over a year, and he has basically not touched it, just being honest. However, this, we have been putting our rings on, and both the kids really love it. these have basically never gotten used. Literally, if you look through my pictures or anything I've talked about this, it's pretty much always up on a shelf because whenever I bring it down, he has no interest no matter how much I try to encourage it. So if your kid likes stacking toys, they maybe would be interested in it. Another thing that I would just like to caution is that these pieces are pretty small, so I don't feel comfortable having these down for Winnie. Take that with a grain of salt. Your kids might like it. My son has literally had absolutely no interest in that particular toy. However, I did get my friend Becca's son this really awesome castle stacker from Brimful Toys, and she said he loves it. So that might be a really fun option. It's so cute, and you can also use that for more things. If your kid's into imaginative play, it's a castle for them to play with, and you can use it as a stacker. I highly recommend that. To start building a Montessori Waldorf inspired playroom seems like a lot of time and money. It can be one or the other. It can be a lot of time or it can be a lot of money. For me, it was a lot of time because I reached out and asked for help. So these play stands my dad built. Our Montessori shelf my grandpa built. Our Waldorf kitchen, I waited and I looked and I looked and I got that on Facebook Marketplace for hardly anything. A lot of this stuff we have collected for their birthdays and Christmas and Easter, and a lot of family members have given it to us. So if you're like, okay, I need to get this started now, I need to have all these toys at once, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of money. If you're okay with waiting, thrifting, asking for help, trying to find family members that are willing to help you out, it can be done for basically nothing. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You can if you want to, if that's your thing. I'm not gonna judge you. I know a lot of people like to get on and be like, can you believe how much money they spent on their playroom? But if that's something that was important to you, 100%, that's an awesome investment. For me, we just weren't financially able to do that. So a lot of stuff was gifted, saved up for, or other people made for me. Oh, I should add, we moved into this house August of 2018, and I just finished this playroom in January. So that's how long it took for us to finally get this space how I envisioned it. So somebody said, I don't know what to do with play silks. Can I just thrift silk scarves? Absolutely you can. I know a lot of people do that where they'll just thrift and then dye them themselves. You can also probably just find some plain white silk and dye them with your kids. You can do plant dyes. That would be super fun. But always just look on Pinterest and just type in play silk ideas. Follow Sarah Silks on Instagram. If you know other brands that sell play silks, follow them on Instagram. Look through their tagged photos, see what other people are doing with them. Okay, part one. For my 2-year-old, I'm getting the 10-piece rainbow, large 4 elements, semicircles, giant marbles. Is this a good start, or would you recommend a different set of items or anything I should add? I actually, when I read this question, the first thing I did was ask my friend Becca, because we're both super into open-ended toys, especially Grimm's. I'm not saying don't get the 4 elements. I'm just saying I don't think they're super practical. I don't own them, and while I think they're really cute and I would love to have them just to sit on my shelf, I just don't know if my kids would get a lot of play out of them. I would probably, if I were you and you have a 2-year-old, I would invest in maybe some Grappat. I feel like I'm just a broken record, but I love their Nins rings and coins set. Or if you could get some of their Peg People in cups, I would just invest in some more smaller sensory pieces, obviously ones that aren't choking hazards, but ones that they can do a lot of different stuff with. I think the rainbow and semicircles and marbles are a really good start, but I would personally switch out the elements. But again, that's a personal preference. They are a lot of money. Maybe an idea would be to invest in a good set of basic blocks. I think the Melissa and Doug blocks that we have is like $50. What toys do your kids like for climbing on? So, I got a pickler triangle for my son when he turned 2, and he has basically not touched it at all. My grandpa built that for us as well, and Wolf is not a climber, so he won't use it. Winnie, however, will. I'm just not comfortable with her doing it because we have cement floors. We have a slide that my grandpa built for the triangle, and both of my kids use that on the daily. They love to crawl up it, crawl down it, use it as a slide. They'll put their cars and their balls down it. So we prop that up against our couch or the bed, and that get used daily. And if you flip it over, it has like a climber on one side, on the other side it's just a smooth slide. So for me, I think that we would be super happy without our triangle, just the slide. Winnie loves to climb up and down the wobble board. She'll use it to pull herself up. And then, like I mentioned, we just got a nugget, which I'm 100% positive my son is going to go crazy over. I think that is going to be the perfect play piece for him, whereas the Pickler Triangle just wasn't. Affordable toy options, Amazon toy options. So for affordable toy options, I highly recommend you look on Facebook Marketplace or start thrifting. I see Blocks or Melissa and Doug toys all the time on Facebook Marketplace, and people are selling them for basically nothing. I know that a lot of people don't love Melissa and Doug, but if you're looking for more wooden, open-ended toys, they do have some really great options. And start checking your thrift stores and your kids' consignment stores, because I have seen some stories of people getting rid of some crazy stuff for basically nothing. Somebody found like a Grimm's Rainbow for like under $10 there once in a Facebook group I'm in. I know that, I think it's pronounced Hape Toys, also has some really affordable options. What age should you get the balance board? When he's 10 months old and she really loves it, but I would say probably it's a really good thing to get when your child starts almost walking, pulling up on things, because this would be a really fun thing for them to play with. Winnie uses this every single day, and Wolf has actually started using it as a stool, because when I clean up all his toys, I always put it right in front of his shelf, and he'll use it to reach things on the top shelf. Okay, when first starting out, what are your top 5 for 2-year-olds and tips on play ideas? This so just depends on your 2-year-old. One of the best things that we got Wolf when he turned 2 was his sensory table. He uses it about once a week now, but I primarily got it for the summer because we live in Arizona and we literally can't go outside. So just being able to set up different activities, it's also turned into a really great weaning table, and it's where he does all of his arts and crafts. So getting a sensory table and then thrifting or just using items you have in your kitchen is a really fun idea for different activities. Again, I'm gonna say play silks, and if they're into puzzles, that would be something really great. And I really love magnet tiles. These are not a wooden toy, but I'm still a huge fan. Can't think of any specific questions, but can you share other toy-centered mama accounts? I can't think of very many off the top of my head, but I will try to link some in the description for you. Top 10 must-have toys, most popular toys in my house. So, most popular toys in my house are going to be our Nins cups and rings, our wobble board, our slide for our Pickler Triangle, any type of puzzle, our wooden dinosaurs, our car ramp. Ooh, you know what's something I haven't talked about? Play clips. These are so fun. We will use them to hang our silks from different places, and we will also use them when we build forts, because he's super into building obstacle courses and forts, and so those are awesome to clip blankets onto. Do you need something? No? What's wrong?
He just wants you.
You want me to sit in my lap? Do you ever buy thrifted wooden toys? Yes, I do. I clean them with Thieves Cleaner. If you're a natural essential oils mom, you know that it's the best. But that is everything I'm going to talk about. I'm so sorry this video was so long. I just started talking about toys and I got so excited I couldn't stop. I really have to pee though. So I'm going to try to leave a bunch of stuff in the description, and hopefully I'll have added like graphics and stuff throughout the video to give you some ideas. But I always recommend Pinterest. No! I have Pinterest boards filled with ideas on how to use our Grimm Rainbow, our semicircles, different ball run ideas, different ways to use our Picasso tiles, and when we're struggling and having a boring day, I always just refer to those and get some fun ideas. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helped a little bit. Okay, bye.